52 games had been played, but the championship had come down to the very last day. There were nerves, tension, and much concern. But who would end up with the smiles? Just in case you hadn't heard, Blackburn would definitely win the championship if they could beat Liverpool at Anfield. Manchester United would retain the title if they won away to West Ham, and Blackburn slipped up. There was also the final relegation place to be settled. Could Crystal Palace get out of jail? I promise you, seasoned ex-professionals were leaping out of their chairs at this afternoon's dramas. So, in order that you don't miss the flavour of it all, we're going to switch between the two championship deciding games. So we begin at Anfield, where Liverpool found themselves in the rare position of Manchester United relying on them. Remember, a Blackburn win would give them their first title since 2 world wars ago. The commentary comes from John Motson.
It's the biggest crowd of the season at Anfield. They've topped 40,000 for the first time with more seats available, and there are 3,000 fans here. That's the maximum allowed from Blackburn Rovers. What an extraordinary day in the illustrious times of Kenneth Matheson Dalglish, that he should come to Anfield where he achieved so much and went through so much as player and manager, bringing his rebuilt Blackburn Rovers, seeking their first championship since 1914. And Dalglish seeking to become only the 3rd man since then to win the title as manager of 2 different clubs, the others being Herbert Chapman and Brian Clough. Dalglish, total cost around £18.5 million. The bargain buys Ian Pearce at £300,000, the captain Tim Sherwood at £500,000. And when he took over in October 1991, Blackburn Rovers were mid-table in the old 2nd division. Kenny Dalglish, a hero with both sets of fans here. Referee David Ellery from Harrow is the man in charge, and there's a boisterous atmosphere inside the ground as Liverpool, playing from left to right, attack the Kop end in the first half. This is Pearce. Shearer. Celebrations all over the place at that end. Ripley got put away by Shearer's initial pass. What a way to make a goal and then to score one. Look at this. The 34th of the season in the Premiership alone for Blackburn in front in 20 minutes. And who else but what a way to make a goal and then to score one. Look at this. The 34th of the season in the Premiership alone for Alan Shearer. He equals Andy Cole's record, but more important, he gives Blackburn the lead that they so dearly wanted today with a perfect finish. Well, it's so far so good for those supporters from Blackburn. Well, they've waited 81 years, Blackburn Rovers, and thanks to Alan Shearer, if it stays like this, they've only got to wait another 45 minutes. Kenny Dalglish's team lead 1-0 at half-time, and that, as those supporters and surely everybody else knows, would be enough.
Yes, if the match stayed like that, the championship would go to Blackburn. But let's move now to Upton Park and West Ham against Manchester United. The surprise there was that Mark Hughes did not start for United, who, remember, had to win. This is what happened as we join the first half with Barry Davis.
Shumbat. Holmes allowed to turn on it, and it's in by Hughes. The delight on the faces of West Ham supporters. The contrast, the expression of Peter Schmeichel, but that's where the goal was given away. They gave Matt Holmes so much room, and Hughes coming up took it on the body, and then was nowhere near it. Ball came from behind Pallister. Very well directed. West Ham lead 1-0. And Manchester United, who all through the season have been doing it the hard way, sometimes from accidental wounds, sometimes from self-inflicted wounds, are going to do it the hard way to the bitter end. Half-time, and the United of West Ham deservedly in front. Woodwork struck at either end. A goal by Michael Hughes from the cross by Matt Holmes. Half-time, West Ham United 1, Manchester United 0.
1-0 to West Ham at half-time. The title seemed destined for Blackburn. We now move into the second half at Upton Park, with United still that goal down.
Clare, dropped rather deeper than he was. Bruce and Pallister, as ever, have come forward. McClare! Totally unmarked! And Manchester United's hopes rise yet again in this extraordinary season. Awful marking, and he took full advantage. Nobody went with him as he moved out of the pack. And he won the trick with some ease.
United now had their tails up. They were getting on top in the match. But as you'll recall, they had to rely on Liverpool to give them a helping hand. Back to Anfield, the second half of Liverpool against Blackburn, Blackburn leading by that Shearer goal.
Redknapp, Clough, McManaman, and outside him is Kennedy. Oh, it's there, the equaliser! It's John Barnes! Suddenly the scene changes. The Liverpool captain puts them level, and a well-taken goal it is too. Liverpool moved the ball all the way along the line. McManaman fed Kennedy. Another one of those good left-wing crosses, and John Barnes came away from the defender and rifled it in with his left foot. It's a great finish by Barnes, of that there is no doubt. Down where Flowers couldn't get it. If you trace that move way back, you would find that it happened when Liverpool took a quick free kick on this near side following an offence by Henning Berg, and Blackburn, I don't think, ever got their concentration back. It's 1-1. Now then, is there yet a twist in this championship tale?
Well, now it was really cooking. If that game stayed 1-1 and Manchester United could score again, they would be champions for the third year running. Once again, it's Barry Davies at Upton Park.
Sharp gets the angle, Pallister, Hughes! Great stop! Fine save by McCloskey. He's at his best when parrying to reach what seems impossible. The greatest angle, but with a real chance. And it must have come last off the defender. Peter Schmeichel has come up as well. It's on the roof, but the whistle had gone anyway. And we are now playing the time that Mr. Wilkie will allow for injuries, stoppages for bookings. Alec Ferguson making sure that, that the referee knows about it and he wants to make. Well, he doesn't, but West Ham want to make a substitution. Hughes comes off. And Webster comes on. Simon Webster. Half one. Cole off Potts. Scholes. They're queuing up to put it in, but can't find the way. Neville. Ince. Hughes. Cole. Blocked by McCloskey. Bruce. And somehow manages to deny the attack. It's a Manchester United ball. Neville to take. Pallister with the flick. McClare, it's loose. Blocked by Breaker. Ince can't get hold of it. Irwin. Amazing stuff. Won again by Breaker. Scholes. Up comes Schmeichel. Oh dear. Not what was wanted.
Time running out for Manchester United. McCloskey playing 12th man for Blackburn Rovers. But there would be another twist back at Anfield. Remember, the score there was Liverpool 1, Blackburn 1.
Batty. Sherwood. Oh, he was robbed by Jamie Redknapp. Look at this. Robbie Fowler on the chase. Pearce is coming across. He's got McManaman in support here. John Barnes in the penalty area again. McManaman. Fowler. Oh, is it? Is it? No, says David Ellery. David Batty's challenge on Robbie Fowler, who asks, and in asking, somebody's upset the referee. This is what happened in the penalty area. There's Fowler. David Ellery could not have been better placed. Shearer's in. Oh, and Sutton's there. And it's been cleared by John Scales. Unbelievable. Oh. Look at this. It's a bad mistake, actually, by Phil Babb. Shearer's in, James is beaten, Sutton's there, didn't get hard enough contact on the ball. John Scales cleared, corners of Blackburn. It's beyond logic now. And the 3,000 from Blackburn still don't know their team's fate. And the cop roaring on Liverpool. McManaman again. Free kick, foul by Batty, is it? It's a free kick to Liverpool. Just in case you wanted some more drama. Redknapp lines the ball up. And Redknapp shoots! It's in! It's in! It's a goal by Jamie Redknapp! Liverpool lead 2-1! They just can't take it in, Blackburn. All round the ground, there's cheering anyway. Redknapp has scored to make, and Blackburn are suddenly celebrating. They must have heard something else from West Ham. I don't believe any of this. It's just too much like a fairy story. They're 2-1 down and they're embracing. What can you say about this? And the whistle's gone. Well, amazing scenes. Blackburn have lost here. They've lost here, but they are champions. That's what the crowd is saying. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in 25 years of commentating. Jamie Redknapp smashed the ball in the net, but suddenly the final score came in from West Ham and Blackburn knew they'd done it anyway.
They'd lost the battle but won the war because United, of course, were held. Now, if you were a Blackburn supporter the last time they won the championship, more power to you. But what a finish to the 1995 Premiership title. And we can now hear the thoughts of the Blackburn players and, of course, their manager, only the third to win an English League championship with two different clubs, Kenny Dalglish.
You get a feeling that it's going to be a good day for you, it's going to be successful, irrespective of what happens out there. I mean, I just had a feeling that it was going to be our day. Sometimes it goes the other way for you and that's the worst days you can get, but as I say, today I thought it was going to be a day that we were going to be successful. And it's a fairy tale coming here because if we can't win at Ewood Park, this is the second best place to win it.
I was going to ask you where it stands among all your other achievements as player and manager, Kenny.
Well, there's no league table, is there? I mean, to win this is magnificent, and at the moment probably a little bit more shocked at winning this than what I was in the other title, simply because we've come from nowhere and we've done it, and there's been a lot of tabloids filled with nonsense about the players lacking this or lacking that or lacking something else. I'll tell you one thing, they've not lacked is points, because of 89 of them.
Could I just take you back 4 years to that moment when you decided to bring in Kenny Dalglish? How important was that, looking back?
Well, I think it speaks for itself of where we were. We got promotion then into the Premier League, and we finished, I think, 4th, and then we finished runners-up, and then we won it, and we didn't really plan to win until next year, so we've got another bonus. So we have to win next year now.
We thoroughly deserved it. I mean, Manchester United will go on about the loss of Cantona and Keane and Giggs and Kanchelskis, but if you look at our injury list as well, it's just as worse. We've got Wilcox, Warhurst, Batty, Gallagher. We've been without Batty and Gallagher for a whole season nearly, and there's millions of pounds worth of talent there, and to be without talent like that, it hurts, and it hurt us. But to our credit, we've battled all season, and we've not got the right result today. But West Ham have done us a massive favour.
Now tell me about today's game, because you started off pretty well with your goal, but Liverpool, if anybody thought Liverpool weren't trying, they made a big mistake.
Well, it was just a myth, wasn't it? Liverpool weren't going to try. Liverpool are a professional football club. Everyone's followed their example over the years, and they weren't going to lie down, and they proved that. Yeah, we got off to a good start. We managed to get our noses in front, but to Liverpool's credit, they pushed us all the way, but cheer at the final whistle, we knew we'd done it.
How aware were the players on the pitch knowing what was happening at West Ham?
Well, you get a little bit of feedback. Every time someone went down, he was asking a physio when he come on. He came on about 15 minutes ago. I asked him how long. He said it was 1-1. And, you know, from what the luck United have had, I thought that they would nick one. But, you know, all credit to West Ham, because anyone who holds United out for a draw is a good side, because they were the champions and we took it off them, so it shows what a good side we are.
So how does it feel to be champions?
Fantastic. It's great. I mean, thoroughly deserved, because over 42 games we are the best side. We took a bit of stick in the last couple of weeks. I think the opposing manager tried his hand at trying to put us off our stride. He must have mentioned everything in the book, but we didn't do what they did 3 years ago. We kept on in there, and we've got this to show for it today.
And very fitting it should happen at Anfield from your point of view.
Well, I think I said that earlier, John. If I wasn't going to win the title at Ewood, or if Blackburn weren't going to win at Ewood, this is the place I would have chosen. Some of the other lads have plenty of players for plenty of other clubs throughout England, but this is the one I would have chosen.
Many congratulations, Kenny. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Blackburn. So near and yet so far then for Manchester United, just pipped for their 3rd title running.
And when you look at our challenges over the last 4 years, we've lost 22 matches in 168 games. And it's unbelievable. No, I don't know if anyone's getting the consistency of that in a 4-year period in our country. But it makes you very proud of them, special players. And they prove today they do entertain, they give you your money's worth. That's one thing about them. So at the end of the day, we hold their hand up. We've done a great effort. Blackburn, 89 points. Anyone who gets 89 points and beats us deserves the title. Kenny's done a great job. I congratulate him, he and his players. It's a marvellous achievement to take the title from Manchester United. And we wish them well in Europe.
Alex Ferguson this afternoon. Confirmation that Blackburn are champions for the first time since 1914 and United runners-up just 1 point behind. Well, I said you were leaping out of the chairs this afternoon, and you were. It was thrilling stuff, wasn't it?
Unbelievable, and a wonderful advert for the English game. I thought the commitment of Liverpool and West Ham was total. But magnificent achievement from Blackburn Rovers. Dalglish and Hartford have taken them from mediocrity and virtual obscurity right to the top of the tree. And I think they are worthy champions. If you finish first, you are the best. If you finish second, then you've been beaten by the best. It was the same last year, the year before, and it'll be the same next year.
And championships are won and lost on trifles in a sense, aren't they, Trevor? I mean, Cole, if that shot had gone in instead of hitting the post, United were the champions.
I mean, yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but we were on the edge of our seats. It was gripping stuff. I mean, you know, you couldn't have scripted it better. It twisted and turned. At half-time, as we said, it did look all over. And then Manchester United got level, and I must say, I did think they were going to get the second goal. All credit to West Ham, who defended well. And, of course, Liverpool then edged ahead. But it was just a case of whether United, you know, were going to score that second goal.
And Miklosko played like a man possessed today.
Yeah, a Czech possessed, yeah. No, I mean, if there is any spare champagne at Blackburn, please can he send it down to Ludek, because, I mean, he had one of those days, everything stuck, and, you know, he's a very popular lad, great trainer, very genuine character, and no one will be more delighted, I should think, than the other players, because he is a lovely lad, and he was outstanding, and really did catch the spotlight, didn't he, with his display.
United, of course, came really into it in that second half, didn't they?
I must say I was staggered when Mark Hughes was on the bench to start with, and I think his introduction at half-time, it's easy to say after hindsight, but in the second half, you know, he did make a difference. There was a strange, wasn't there, a penalty decision sort of in the second half, but perhaps we better clear up this one coming across. Tim Breaker does go up, he clips his fingers. Look at Alan Wilkie, the referee, though, he's right in position. I wouldn't have liked to see the championship decided